This is a fingernail fly. I've been fishing it for close to 20 years. What I do is I cover the hook shank with my white Fly Masters Plus. When I fish this fly, I use a floating line or an intermediate line. When you fish a floating line, let it set for a second because you need to let it just get below the water's surface. And I will do quick, short strips. And the movement of this fly is amazing. And what I do is I will tie in my Marabou right where the bend of the hook is. A little bit longer than the hook shank. Do a loose wrap, a couple tight ones. I'll wind up the hook shank just to build a base with the Marabou. Then come right back to where you tied that Marabou in. Cut that excess. And then right there, I am going to tie in my pearl crystal chenille. And then I'm going to wind my thread all the way back up to the hook eye. And then I am going to wind my chenille forward. It's a pretty simple fly to tie. It's fun. You can change all the colors in this. You can paint the fingernail with fingernail polish. It's fun. It's a fun fly. You can be creative. I'll do 2 to 3 wraps. I'm going to trim off that chenille. I am going to make a little head. Nothing fancy. Couple knots. And then the fun part is I take my Loctite gel super glue and I'm going to go right down the hook shank to where I tied in the Marabou. Get a good bead going. And then I take my fingernail, which I buy at Walmart or Walgreens or Rite Aid, whatever you have, get the cheapest pack of fingernails you can find. And I take and I center it on the hook shank. I let the eye just stick out. I press down. And I'll hold it for a second. And if you wanted to, that's ready to fish, just the way it is. But then I'll put a small spot of glue just back enough so I can put an eye. And then I will take an eye and center it. And then I will take hard as nails and put a small thin strip right down the center of that nail. And then I'll take a piece of flash and I'll lay it right on top of that hard as nails. And then I'll take my hard as nails and I'll go right back over it, coating it. And there you have it, the fingernail fly. Fun fly, and it is ready to fish.